our next task is to use Photoshop to create a banner image for the header of this About Me page. And this banner image will be used up here. And you can see the banner image should reflect what the page is about. And so since this part of the website is about responsive web design, which is making your website appear the same on different devices, I put this background image in place. So what you're going to do is go make a new tab and search for pictures. Of course, they need to be high quality pictures, right? But once you go ahead and find it, let me try to search for something. Let me say programmer, because I guess that's what I am. And I click on images. I'll go to tools, say size, large, and maybe I like this one here. Actually, I don't like pictures with text in it because I'm putting text on top of it. Well, I will put text on top of it. So maybe I can use this one here or here. I like this one. All right, so I'm going to grab that one and say view image. It's sufficient size. And so now I need to cut it up to make it the right size for us to put it in as the background image of our web page. So what you need to do is open up Photoshop. And to open up Photoshop, you're going to click on, let me go ahead and close up Photoshop here. And you're going to click on the magnifying glass and type in photo and hit enter. Photoshop opens up and we'll say file new. And you don't need to call a name, you just need to be sure to specify the width and the height of our picture. And the width we're going to use is about 920 pixels and the height 450. We just need something that's a rectangular shape, right? Longer on the width than the height. And so I'll say okay. Great, I got my box here. And now I need to put my picture in there. So I think I could just drag it in. Okay, great. So you could just drag it in. And if dragging it in doesn't work, you can right click, save image as, right? Save it onto your desktop. And once you save it onto your desktop, then you can definitely drag it in. Okay. And so now that we're here, and let me open up Photoshop, make it a little bit bigger. So now we have it here in Photoshop. You want to click on this first tool, the little cursor, and that lets you move this around, right? So I'm going to put it into place, but it's not big enough to fit the box, right? Or your picture might be too big, so you need to shrink it. And the way you do that is you're going to hold down Command and press T, and that gives you this box, right? So I'm going to get the corner, and I'm going to stretch it to the size that I need it to be. And that looks a little bit off-center, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, so then I can move it into place. So the guy will be in the center of the picture. So there we go. And so the general, and then when you're finished with that, you can click on the cursor again and say apply transformation. Okay. And so the general rule is you want to get a picture that's bigger than your canvas, and you should stretch down, you should scale it down, because then it becomes sharper and crisper of a picture rather than more pixelated. So what I just did right now is probably not a good idea. I would probably want to go back and find a bigger picture, right? So if I'm back over here, I would go searching and searching, and I would find one with a bigger number here, right? Okay. But now let's say I found my picture and I want to save it. So I say file, save as, and I want to call it about head, right? About head. I don't want it to be a Photoshop file because Photoshop has like additional information. We just want it to be a regular JPEG. So go ahead and click on JPEG, and you want to save it in your responsive folder, right? So the way we do that is we're going to click on this little this little arrow here, and in the search bar type in responsive, and that should come up. Once it does, then we're going to click on the images folder and we're going to save it right in there. So I'm going to say save, say OK. And now that you look into your App Explorer here, your Project Explorer, you can look into the images folder, and it's there, About Head.